we have to be very careful on what we do and what we say and how we do it. So what we have to abide by is the United States Code. The code is Airborne Hunting Act, 16 USC 742J-1. It prohibits us from hunting from an aircraft except for depredation control under strict permitting conditions. Similarly, Texas law mandates that a helicopter hog hunt, they shall be conducted only for population control and not for the acquisition of meat or sport hunting purposes. So, back to what we said before, as long as we do it in a manner that we are conducting a depredation hunt, and again, I want to emphasize depredation, not the word hunt. Hunt is a marketing term that we came up with. So we are conducting a depredation type service for these landowners and the public to reduce the number of predators on these Texas ranches. So let's talk about sport hunting a little bit. So sport hunting to me is going out and shooting animals out of the helicopter and then retrieving them for taxidermy purposes, meat production, etc. So we don't do any of that. I don't allow my pilots to land and take a photograph of a pig. I don't allow any pigs to be picked up for meat purposes. I don't allow them to be picked up for taxidermy purposes. And I don't allow to even land and even look at the pigs. So as long as we can define sport hunting and everybody's comfortable with what sport hunting is, then we can do this and we can continue to help these landowners achieve the reduction of these predators on their private land. So what we do is we go through and we'll spend a day on a ranch and we'll shoot a number of feral hogs, a number of coyotes, a number of predators to help these ranchers. And everybody says, what happened to the meat? Well, legally, we cannot pick the meat up for any purpose because that is considered sport hunting. It is very, very black and white on what sport hunting is and what it isn't. And so as long as we fly and shoot these predators out of the helicopter and don't land and don't take any of this stuff for purposes, then we're abiding by federal and state law. The minute we pick one of these pigs up, it's sport hunting. And they've been very, very clear on what they want us to do and what they don't want us to do. I know it's a bit controversial, and yes, we could probably donate it to some charities and etc. But there's a lot of health concerns when it comes to wild pork. They carry a lot of diseases. They could be transferred to humans. And so we don't want to get involved in that as well. And neither does the state of Texas or neither does the federal government. So we abide by the laws and we get a lot of questions on why we leave the meat in the field when it could be used for somebody that is in need. But the meat is not wasted. So what happens is when we go through there on the day of the hunt and we shoot all these pigs, immediately the coyotes, immediately the raccoons, immediately the skunks, immediately any kind of raptors go in and they feed on these dead pigs. And so it does provide some source of resource for our natural resources to get a quick meal or two. So it's not like all this is going to waste. It's not. It's just not, I would say it's not good for human consumption, but it does help the native wildlife that is still on the ranches.